Before I started working with Kristine, I was actually very organized on my own, because I actually work as a professional organizer, which is how I learned about her. And I wasn't going forward in my performing arts career, but I was doing quite well in my organizing because I hadn't learned how to marry the two. And it was sort of either I could be organized or I could be creative and artistic. And as intelligent as I was about the one or the other, I hadn't quite yet figured out, hey, you can do both, you can marry them together. And that's kind of where I was stuck. Once she came into my world, I kept hearing people go, oh, Kristine Oller, Kristine Oller, Kristine Oller. And I looked into her organizational stuff and I thought, this woman's phenomenal and she's so brilliant. And from there, other actors were saying, oh, well, I worked with Kristine for my career. I worked with Kristine for my game plan. I worked with Kristine for networking. And I thought, here's a woman who's organized and creative. I'm coming from a different place than a lot of actors, not all, obviously, but a lot of actors. I'm coming from a place where I am extremely organized and I am extremely, linear, and I've never met an Excel sheet I didn't geek over. The thing about Kristine is she gets that. You just want someone to say, right, let's sit down, let's roll our sleeves up and let's talk. What have you done? What do you need to do? And just really look at it from a very almost administrative assistant way of doing things, an organized way of doing things. She's just phenomenal for that. She's such a great resource. She's that person where I go, man, I don't know who I should study with for this, or I don't know who I should have my pictures taken with. I know somebody who will know, who I can trust, who will have a great answer. And so for me, Kristine is the person I call once a year and say, okay, this is where I got to, this is where I want to go to, what's this year's plan? And she breaks it down into quarters. Okay, first 3 months, this is what you have to do, next 3 months. And that's great because it's not overwhelming. I'm not sitting there going, oh my God, I need to do this now, and this now, and this now, and this now. No, just 3 months. This is what you do, go do it. I also am constantly on her website. I'm constantly getting her emails, which I love. It's just amazing to me that someone sends you this information for free. That is so useful. And so she's always in my mind, she's always in my inbox, she's always in my sphere, if you will. But she's not somebody, because I get a little tired where people want you to constantly pay them. There are so many things we have to pay for as actors. What I love is having that person who I can contact her when I want to, I can contact her when I need it, and then at other times I can apply that information. It's not something where it's draining or becomes a burden. It's something that I'm just like, oh, this is great, this is what I'm going to do right now. This will help me when I'm stuck. The whole thing is personalized. There are, of course, going to be steps that are, you should go do this. Any situation, any game plan is going to have steps that are extremely important. Foundation steps. You must get headshots. You must do a postcard mailing, or you must get materials. You must get marketing materials. That's I would be horrified if those things were not mentioned. Maybe that was 10%. The other 90% of the call was all about, and what do I do with that? Not so much, this is what 200 other people on my roster, I'll just go down and tell them, like, first you do this, and then, no. Okay, make sure you have this stuff in place, and with those things, this is what you're going to do. I've been in LA now, I've been in LA for 10 years. I've met a lot of people. I've met people who, talk a big game, and I've met people who charge ridiculously large amounts of money. I've kind of been through the mill. And if after 10 years of being in LA and all that I've experienced and all the people that I've met and worked with, if I turn around and say, this person you should meet with, this person is worth the money, and she's not one of these prohibitively expensive people, she's just phenomenal, and the amount of money she charges is she's worth 10 times as much,